Hey, I'm Zoe. I'm 16 years old and I grew up in a Christian household. I've been coming to BelPres for youth group ever since 6th grade. I was born with a congenital heart defect. That means that my heart didn't work how it was supposed to. And at 6 weeks old, I received a heart transplant. I was at Seattle Children's Hospital a lot for doctor's appointments and surgeries. That's where I met Sophie. She was older than me by 10 years and had cardiomyopathy, which caused her to receive a heart transplant. She was like the sister I never had and was someone I looked up to the most. When I was 9 years old, my mom called me and my brother into the living room. She told us Sophie had died. This was insanely hard for me. I've had a lot of loss throughout my life. When I was in 4th grade, my parents separated. It was really hard on me because I was really close to my dad. I still talk to my dad, but when it happened, it felt like I had lost him because he wasn't there every day. In 8th grade, I only came to youth group to have fun. I was mad at God. I had lost so many people, but the person I was most mad about losing was Sophie. How could a God of love take away someone who was so loving? Last year at summer camp, I was dealing with a lot of emotions. My brother was leaving for college in a couple weeks, and that was really hard on me. During camp, we had solo time with Jesus. During that time, I wrote down what I had been wanting to ask God for a long time, but never knew how to say or ask it. I decided, for one of the very few times in my life, to pray to God. I prayed to God in a new way I had never prayed before. I said, "You say that you love me and that you're here for me, but I don't feel it." I was begging him, "Please show me a sign that you love me and that you hear me." That same night, I went up to a student and I started talking to her. She pulled me aside and said, "Zoe, you are a child of God." I started crying. She went on talking about how loved I was and everything I didn't know that I needed to hear. As the student was speaking, I kept thinking, this is God. This is God speaking to me through them. This is God showing me that He does see me. He does hear me. This was the sign I had been asking for from God. Even though I had this amazing experience, this doesn't mean that my faith journey is over. I still have moments of weakness. I still have moments where I don't turn to God when I want to. I still have moments where I think, why did you let this happen? But through this, I still remember that night, the night where I realized what God is to me. He is my Father, my Savior, and He is the one I can turn to through anything. I decided to reaffirm my baptism on Baptism Sunday as a way of showing what God has done in my life and what He can do in others. The experience of getting baptized was indescribable. I know that I am a child of God and that He is by my side and with me always.